I'm very, very lucky in that I mentor some fantastic men and women coming up through different professions at the moment. I meet a variety of young women coming through the new companies, eBay, Google, Facebook. There are many opportunities for women to work in those sorts of organisations. I mentor a fantastic woman at the moment who works for one of the eBay companies, and I think that we can see new opportunities, different types of opportunities for jobs in technology or in technology-enabled industries coming through those sorts of organisations, and that's a good fertile ground.
So there are a number of girls that we get to see, or actually quite privileged to see on the STEMX project, which I founded. Girls who are as young as 8, coming up, who are very creative, are great at problem solving, and love doing it. They love hearing about, there's been a flood here, we're going to build a mobile app for that, or there are blind people that we want to be able to access this centre, let's build an app for that, or whatever the problem is, whatever it is, they're always going for it. One particular example that springs to mind is a 15-year-old that we had at one of our hackathons at the end of last year, and we were doing big data and we were doing a lot of things around that and doing a little bit of coding, kind of online languages. And she blew the judges away with the project that she'd worked on, to the point that they offered her an internship on the spot. She's 15 years old, right? These are the stars of tomorrow that we need to be nurturing and making sure that they are on the right path and they are making those right decisions.
They've got that curiosity about technology and that enthusiasm and passion for it, but they've also got the good communication skills and the good soft skills that women very often have plenty of. So I think they cover all the bases in terms of the work that we need them to do, and they look like they're having fun and they're successful already.
Well, I think I've seen some very dynamic young women coming through universities doing PhDs and so on, who can be potentially good role models for others. I think there's sheer energy that they project in itself is interesting, and I think that could potentially get they could encourage more women into the technology. I also really like the fact that there are quite a lot of women technology entrepreneurs, and I've come across quite a few who've set up businesses successfully. They've applied for funding, they've got venture capital funding, and I think it's fantastic that the energy in this field is great, and we should encourage it. We do at BCS Women, we do run events for women entrepreneurs as well, to help them with get some answers to the sort of typical challenges that entrepreneurs face, help them get over some of those initial hurdles just by hearing how others succeeded.
Where the exciting things are happening are in areas which frankly I don't see so much of. So it's much more of the startup innovation areas. I think the British gaming industry is incredibly strong, but I think we're just on the brink of seeing a whole new crop of ideas and excitement coming from UK technology, and I look forward to being surprised and delighted by those women.
But what I'm really encouraged by at the moment are the developments in Tech City in London and elsewhere, and the number of young women that are starting up as entrepreneurs, starting new businesses, exploiting technology to achieve fantastic change in society, major improvements, great services and so on. They show, I think, young people what they can achieve, even if it's really tough to get into corporate IT. So many of the young women now starting up companies in Tech City and elsewhere are really leading the way in helping to support and grow UK PLC, as well as actually becoming great role models for anyone that is considering a career in IT.
I run the Lovelace Colloquium, which is the UK's undergrad conference for women. So every year I see 50 or 60 women who are undergrads and master's students in computer science coming through, and there's some really cool things coming through.
I've seen some really good entrepreneurs coming up in Tech City, And one of the things that I really liked was, I think it's called I'll get it wrong now, you see, the Good Night Project, which there are things to do with the Internet of Things, where you're, if you're wanting to check that some older relative or someone in another country is okay, you can see when they've turned their light up when they go to bed. So, across the whole world. So you know that they're there, that they're doing the things they ought to do. And I think things like that are fantastically innovative and really, really going to be successful.
I can tell you that working in BCS Women has been great. And I'm not going to single anyone out, but there are several young women who are rising through our organization of BCS Women. And also, I had the chance to attend the ACMW Women Encourage Conference. And there I was very heartened to see the number of young women who are assertive, who are proud to be at the top of their technical subject. And I have a lot of faith that they'll be carrying on the torch.